It's been described as asking lawmakers to do surgery on themselves, changing the way legislative districts are drawn.
Reform advocates say the current process just ignores basic geography in order to protect incumbents. And if corruption is to be curbed in Illinois, that policy needs to change. An Illinois Senate committee is considering doing just that. They were at SIU today to hear testimony from experts. If they traveled about 25 miles south, they could have seen firsthand how ridiculous this process is. Legislatively speaking, Jonesboro is a town divided.
I'm standing in the 59th and the 118th.
And where am I standing?
You're standing in the 58th and the 115th.
Now, you didn't draw these maps, but does this make any sense to you?
No, it doesn't.
Union County Clerk Bobby Toler explains because of the way the current legislative districts are drawn, 5 different lawmakers represent one city. Confusing, you bet.
Some of the voters actually know one representative better than another, and they think they can vote for that representative, but actually they can't.
Here's the thing. The people they did vote for drew that map. Reform advocates say the current system makes it real easy for those lawmakers to stay in power, and that needs to change.
If incumbents get too comfortable, if they are in power so long that they don't think anybody can touch them, then bad things can happen, and they don't become responsive to the public.
David Yepsen and his colleagues at the Paul Simon Public Policy Institute testified before the Senate panel that's considering changing how those districts are drawn. Many say reforming that process is key to changing the culture of corruption in Illinois. The committee isn't convinced, however, that the General Assembly is the problem.
You know, I don't recall the legislature being sent to Oxford, Wisconsin, in a federal prison.
And with budget and tax issues looming, it'll be easy for lawmakers to push reform aside. So experts say if the people of Illinois want to remove the taint of these lawmakers, they have to keep the pressure on these lawmakers. As we head into an election year,
I think voters should ask legislators about what they want to do about legislative redistricting and how they propose to improve the process so that voters have real choices in honest districts.
Then maybe Jonesboro won't be so divided.
The church there is in one and the parsonage is in the other.
Time is running out to reform the system before the next redistricting. The lines are drawn every 10 years after each census, so the General Assembly has to act by next year.